So Kevin Durant absolutely obliterated his teammates, and it's getting ugly over there in Brooklyn. But the Philadelphia 76ers can learn something from this whole fiasco. Let's talk about it. What's up, YouTube, and welcome back to the Sixers Break Room. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now. Go ahead and click that like button. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Sixers Break Room. Kevin Durant blasted his fellow Nets basketball players, his teammates. I mean, I don't have the quote right in front of me, but he pretty much said, we got Royce O'Neal, Joe Harris, Nick Claxton, the Sumner, or whatever that other guy's name is. No disrespect, I don't remember his name. He said, y'all expect me to win? Why? Just because I'm out there? Like, he pretty much said, this team is terrible. This team is trash. I have nobody around me who can help me win basketball games. But because I'm strolling out there, because Kevin Durant is out there, because Seven is on the floor, you expect us to do something, and I don't know why. It's not fair to me, kind of thing, right? And the truth of the matter is, he's not wrong. Let's talk about that first. Kevin Durant's not wrong. You can't just have regular players surrounding a star player and have success. Unless, of course, your name's LeBron James, who's arguably the greatest basketball player of all time. But it doesn't work like that for everybody else. You can't just put a bunch of bums on the floor with one star player and expect them to go be a playoff team or a championship team. And yet, that's kind of what's happened to the Brooklyn Nets and Kevin Durant. Like, we all know, if you take a look at that roster is very flawed. That roster is not very good, especially with Kyrie not playing, especially with Ben Simmons being nowhere remotely the player that he once was years ago. Like, they're just not good enough to win. Sorry if y'all heard my dog barking in the back, but the team's just not good enough to win. So what can the Philadelphia 76ers learn from this whole fiasco? Well, I think what they can learn is not to waste the talent of a superstar player. Kevin Durant is a superstar of the highest order. I don't want to say he was in the prime of his career because he was coming off the Achilles, but he's still Kevin Durant. And we saw that in the playoffs in that Bucks series, that he is still Kevin Durant. But when you don't put enough around a star player, it doesn't really matter. Before anybody mentions Kyrie Irving, yes, he has Kyrie Irving, but Kyrie Irving is like the first part-time basketball player in the history of NBA. He takes off time for his birthday, last year with the vaccine, and now this year with the anti-Semitic comments. Like, Kyrie is just not reliable. So it's not even fair to really say he has Kyrie to help him. James Harden came in. James Harden saw the madness. He saw the BS Kyrie was on, and he wanted out. And now they tried to bring in Ben Simmons, and well, listen, you're talking to somebody who was the biggest Ben Simmons fan in the world, who can now say, yeah, the guy's a certified bum, don't know what happened to him, but, that's for another video, right? So you got to put the right pieces around superstars to win at a high level. And the Sixers have to make sure they do that with Joel Embiid. Coming into this year, we felt like this might be the best roster that the Sixers have had in the Joel Embiid era, notwithstanding when they had J.J. Redick and Jimmy Butler, which I think was the best roster. But, there were debates whether or not this was the best roster. And I do think that this team can still win a championship. But I'm not just talking about this year. I'm talking about moving forward. Joel Embiid is 30 years old, and he's prone to get injured. We do not have a lot of time with Joel Embiid. His window, despite only being 30, I think is closing. I think the window on this team is closing. I've been saying it all summer. And you have to make sure you put the right pieces around him now to maximize the success. I don't know how many or how realistic any moves are during this season. I still think this team can go deep into the playoffs if they piece it together, if they figure it out, if the chemistry gets there. But these next 2 or 3 years are huge. And the Sixers cannot make the same mistake that the Nets did. You got to have multiple pieces around them. In the NBA in 2022, a superstar can take you over the top, but he can't take you over the top unless he has the right supporting cast. The Sixers have to make sure they put the right supporting cast around Joel Embiid, or we're just going to be the Brooklyn Nets, a team that has a top 5 player in the NBA who is an absolute superstar of the highest order, but because the pieces aren't around him, it never really amounts to anything else. Hey, that's just what I think, man. That's how I feel about this team. I feel like Joel Embiid can be the best player on a championship team, but he needs the pieces around him, just like Kevin Durant can be the best player on a championship team when he has the pieces around him. But I want to hear from you guys, so sound off in the comment section below. If you like the video, like the video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Sixers Break Room, and I'm going to see you guys on the next one. Peace.